Don't know if anyone's here yet, but regardless, I'm about to start a brand new Steel Soul mode run after I so casually lost my last one. Like the nerd I am. I hate skipping the openings because I really enjoy them. Hey, Cody, how's it going? Yeah, gotta go fast. Sanic. Except this is the night. Not Sanic. I'm not doing bad myself. You know, slowly getting back from that burnt out spot I was in previously. Soon I'll be about ready to start running games of Pathfinder again, and maybe I'll even stream them. We'll see. I think that'd be pretty cool, actually. Cody, have you ever seen Hollow Knight before? Yeah, no, it feels good to say. Nice! I really do recommend you play it through. Hollow Knight is hands down one of my all-time favorite games. I'm a big fan of Metroidvanias, and I would put this at, like, the top of my list as far as those go. I would actually put it pretty close to on par with Super Metroid itself. It's as far as my enjoyability when it goes to playing it. Speaking of, I might do Super Metroid speedrun in the near future as well. I think that'd be fun. I've played it through enough times. It would take less time than Hollow Knight, with less chance of me getting my butt handed to me. Another thing about it, I do apologize in advance for any spoilers that you'll see while I play. This is definitely going to be spoilers. There's already been one, as I showed you how to get that one charm in the early game there. I'm gonna beat a lot of bosses and do a lot of secrets and cheese. Oh, it'll definitely assist you in the future. I learned all of these little tricks I'm gonna pull watching other people speedrun the game. And it's definitely helped my playing. I've gotten a lot better. I am ignoring all the NPCs for the sake of time, which means, sadly, I don't get to talk to them because I love the characters in this game. But the good news for that is at least that doesn't spoil anything dialogue-wise for you, and you can actually enjoy that aspect without me spoiling it. There's a lot of NPC interactions I'll be just completely avoiding that could happen throughout the game just because it's quicker for me not to talk to them. Also, I don't really need the maps or anything because I've got the layout of the game memorized, so it means I don't really need to worry about shopping for the map at any point. Yes, Erica, I do have it memorized. I've played it through a couple times, and I had it memorized after my first playthrough, actually. When you dump 50 hours into a game, it makes a difference. I think I'm getting closer to 60 hours on my first playthrough still. I still have yet to get 112%, so... So, an actual speed run, for those like Cody, who do not know, is going to go a lot quicker than what I'm going to do. But what I'm going to do is going to be a lot safer because I'm playing Steel Soul mode, which basically means if I die, I start over. It deletes my old file, which hurts. And I really don't want to deal with that, so I'm going to avoid dying under any circumstances. Which means the majority of the game I'm going to try and keep my health at 2 or 3 masks. Because some enemies do 2 damage, and as long as I've got 3 health, they won't quite kill me in 1 hit. I need to make sure I've got the capability to take at least 2 hits from any one enemy at any point, or I'm likely to end up dead. In fact, lack of caution in trying to take out one of the late game bosses quickly is what cost me my last run. And so now I'm playing through again from the start because I hate myself. Yeah, those worms too are immortal. I don't know if you've run into them too much yet. They end up damaging me more often than not. I don't like them. I love the ability to break the background. It's so satisfying. It doesn't slow you down at all. It's just a lot of fun. That's the first boss down. Yeah, Chris, I made it to one of the later game bosses. I was just telling Cody, and I died, so I had to start over. I was about 2 hours into my run, which is about halfway through. Yeah, no, they're immortal. You can hit them with a specific attack later game, which doesn't damage them, but it does fill your soul, which is nice. So I talked to him to wake him up, because that's the shopkeep, and I need him to get a bunch of the stuff that I'm going to want late game. Including, you know, increased health and stuff. Oh, bugger. If you want to laugh at my death, the old stream should still be available to watch. You can just fast forward to 2 hours in and watch me just go, oh, well, that happened. Bye to whoever's here. Mind you, no one was there at the time, so it was just me by myself. Man, that was dumb. I fell all the way down. Oh. Hey, I don't need my brother and my wife just destroying me in chat and destroying each other in chat. So, like, if y'all wouldn't mind being decent human beings, that would make me feel better. That's fair. Oh, bugger. Well, that worked out. That did not work out. These are the hardest enemies in the early game. I do not like them. Later on, they become a minor inconvenience that I kill instantly upon entering the room, but for now, they're a major inconvenience that I don't want to deal with. Y'all want to, talk to me about anything in the game, I'd actually appreciate that. It's a lot more fun for me to play while I talk to you than it is for me to just play by myself. This is, by the way, one of the guys who hits you for 2 hearts of damage, 2 little skulls. And I would rather not take damage from that, so I'm just not going to let him hit me. Two skulls of damage. I feel like I'm being teased for some reason. Yes, it instantly kills me 1 hit. 5 masks is full health at the start of the game. There is a enemy, frick sakes. There's an enemy later on in the game that actually can end up potentially doing your maximum amount of health and damage. But you have to beat him once for each level of damage he does. So you beat him where he does 1 damage. And then you beat him where he does 2 damage, and so on and so forth until he can instantly kill you at the maximum of 9 masks. So I come to buy this because I'm lazy, and because I like to save a couple seconds throughout the rest of the run. Gathering Swarm picks up all the geo on the floor, so I don't have to. It's worth every penny. The boss for that quest is a lot of fun. He's one of my favorite characters, actually. We're headed to the second boss, and as you can see, I don't need to stop to pick up the money because it's carried to me by these nice little flies. I love that little charm. It's worth every geo. That is not what I said, but okay. Also, that's not how you spell that. It should be a C instead of an S at the start. Get wrecked. First major boss, here we go. Okay, if he jumps backwards, he does this, which sends the shockwave. If he jumps forwards, like that, he's going to jump over me, and I can walk underneath him to avoid taking damage. I was telling Chris the last time I played this, you can actually skip this boss entirely. During his second phase, he breaks the wall enough that you can, on the left there, you'll see it's boarded up here, that you can, that wall, you can just shatter it with your sword instead of fighting him, and then walk away and let him live. I am not a benevolent overlord. I intend to fully see his demise. This guy does apply to the rules of 3. He's already been beaten. I just need to outweight this. Down he goes. And dead. That's a secret quest item that'll help us for later. As with last time, I'm gonna wait, because his mace is actually a bug, and it'll get up and leave. Rules of 3 is a Nintendo rule when it comes to gaming. It means that most bosses will be defeated, if not all bosses will be defeated, by doing X thing 3 times. It's particularly prevalent in Mario. You'll see that a lot when you fight bosses. You have to punch them in the eye 3 times, or ground pound X thing 3 times. It's a pretty prevalent thing for them. This isn't Nintendo, though. It just happens to follow the same rule against that boss specifically. So this guy gives me my first spell, which is Dope. I'm going to use this thing aggressively because I'm actually going to do what's called the caster build. I'm going to jack up my magic damage as much as possible because it increases faster than everything else, so that'll be a lot of fun. Thanks for the follow, Lookagetive. I don't know quite what your name says there. It's hard to read on the overlay. I apologize. You're about to see me use my spell right here. Boom! Love it. So, I've explained this the last time I did the run as well. He will not let me hit him. He has to be open for me to damage him, and I can only damage him with the spell I just got. When I run out of soul to fire the spell, I have to wait till he spits out those little minions so I can whack them and pick up enough soul to hit him. And now I've got that. He leaves you locked in there whether you wake up and talk to him or whether you get up and go talk to the, or go just do the quest like I just did. Regardless, until you kill that thing, so it's quicker to just ignore him and go. So what I put on there is I switched my charms. The one I had on was basically it's a boost to damage. When my health is low at 1 health, I do a huge boost to damage, but I never want to be at 1 health in a Steel Soul run, so it's only good for that first boss if everything starts going wrong. Now that I've got spells, I equipped a charm that makes me get more soul per slash I land on my opponents here, which means more spells with fewer hits, which is kind of my thing. I dig that, as the kids say. Without a dude. Do it. I should hope so. You did marry me. If you didn't, I'd be quite concerned. This is Green Path. It is significantly harder than the last area. It's the second area in the game. My least favorite enemy is the splody orange dude. That cloud of gas will hurt you no matter where you touch it, and it's awful. I hate it. So normally, you can't jump up there, you go down, you do a long, out-of-the-way route. I'm gonna cheese it. I activate that dude, I lead him up here, and I'm literally going to use him as a springboard to get up here without any effort. That saves like a good 5-10 minutes on the run, which is a big deal. Yes, cheese. I love that. Use that emoji. That's excellent. The cheesiest. These guys will always shoot on an angle, so as long as you're below them or above them or to their side, there's no threat. I'm not going to bother with him. This is the hardest enemy in the early game, right here. Unless you do this. 3 full shots of your magic plus a slash on the head will always kill them. It's super satisfying to do that because they are hard to kill normally. Your nail does 5 damage on a slash, which takes forever. But the soul spell, the little ability I use, does something like 35 damage, so it's maybe 25, one of the two. Regardless, it's like landing 5 or 7 hits with the nail, so it's very, very much quickens those enemies. I am going to skip a little mini optional boss there because I'm going to let the dude who's there die because I don't care about him. This is a speedrun. It's not like a professional speedrun. I won't actually complete this in any kind of thing, anything close to world record, but I'm here. Got him. So those guys drop a lot of money, and these things drop a lot of money, so I'm going to kill them for those. Happen to have enough health that I might actually do this time. There we go. Worth it. That's not how that works. I wish. No, the world record is like just over an hour or something like that. Or just like probably closer to a half hour with any percent instead of being, 100%. Though I'm going to be a lot closer to 100% because I need all the help I can get to not die at the very end of the run. So that's the goal, Or is it? This is Hornet. Hornet's dope. She's got some pretty awesome music, and she's one of the hardest bosses in the game. Don't let how quickly and easily I'm beating her fool you. She will screw you up the first couple times you face her. Ow. Boom. This is one of the best items in the game. I can dash now, and you're going to see a freaking lot of that. I'm gonna dash all around this world. Huge movement mechanic, makes bosses a lot easier. Don't mind them, that's story stuff. If you actually play through the game, Cody in particular, who's now playing it, you'll learn all about that, bit by bit. But if you want the full story, you're actually going to have to look up the lore usually, because it's quite hard to actually follow. It's built very much like Dark Souls in that way. A lot of the items, a lot of the monster details, etc. give you bits of the lore, and to get the full picture, you kind of got to dig for it intentionally. By all means, take your time and really enjoy the game your first playthrough. I love this game, and I really do enjoy doing more lengthened playthroughs of it and actually talking to the characters. Lovely DS vibes? Kind of, yeah. This game, I would argue this game is the Dark Souls of Metroidvanias, in that it's quite difficult to master. It requires skill. You literally need to get good. But it's also a Metroidvania, and it's a great time. So I'm here to buy charms. Salubra is the charm sales lady, and while she is hideous to look upon, she is a great character. She sells all the things I like, and I'm going to swap out the Soul Catcher for the Shaman Stone for now. Shaman Stone powers up your spells. I think this is what makes the spell do 35 damage instead of 25 or something like that. It also jacks up their size, so you get chances of landing the spells twice, like that. Makes hitting with them a lot easier too, which is fun. Man, I am taking way more damage than I should be doing little background stuffs. Up, up, up we go. Into the tunnel, as Smeagol says. Ow. Have I gone too far? I feel like I've gone too far. Nope. This is exactly where I want to be. Sometimes I talk myself into thinking I'm doing the wrong thing. But you see, I'm not a fool. Not always. Just most of the time. The Fungal Waste is the next area you're supposed to go in the game, and it really, really opens up after this. You can kind of just do whatever you want. I did not mean to fall that far, but that's okay. Don't think I'll be able to afford any of his charms, but I will unlock him as a shop. Yeah, I didn't think so. The charms from that guy are all great. They break upon death, which doesn't matter in a Steel Soul run. One of them gives you more Geo, depending on which enemy you kill. I think it's like 50% more. The other one is a big damage buff, which is just amazing. The last one is... let's see, Fragile Strength, Fragile Greed. I can't remember what the other one is. regardless, they're all good. They're all really good in their own right. Ow. So I kill them because they drop a charm slot. Charm slots are like the most valuable thing in this game. I am gonna head this way. I normally don't. I normally turn immediately around and go the other way, but I really want to unlock this before I just don't, because there's some stuff over here that make this very worthwhile. I guess I'm going below. Yes, if you die and you lose the charms in a regular playthrough, you can always go back and rebuy them. That's Quirrell. Quirrell's dope. He's my favorite character in the game. But yeah, you can always go back and rebuy them, and you can actually get upgrade with the free DLC that comes with the game that allows you to to upgrade them to unbreakable strength, etc., etc., etc. It's stupid expensive, but in the late game, you're so desperate to use the geo you have that it's worth it. I'm actually really happy they included that as an option. Not that it really matters. Most people don't end up doing it. But it's there, and I love that. I hate those things. Little mushroom boy that exploded in my face. I believe I want to go up still. Yeah. Okay, so those stag stations are like the fast travel system in the game, and you want as many of them open for later as you can, because it makes gathering upgrades for your health, etc. really, really easy. There's a health upgrade that was floating right in the stag station like room there. Oops. It's one that I will be back for later, because I actually really like to have more health. For obvious reasons, I take a lot of damage. Because I am not professional at this game. I play casually and decided to speedrun for the fun of it because I like playing games quickly. That was a mistake. There's poison, or acid there. So if I cared and wasn't speedrunning, I'd stop and introduce you guys to Cloth, my second, I guess third favorite character in the game. He's the NPC that would have appeared in that room, and that was the reason for the vibrating and clicking in the background. It's the shaking of his knees. Cloth is a closet coward. He puts on a front and is just terrified of everything. Hornet, and I'm going this way. If I follow her, I hit a dead end. I cannot follow. You mean me? So, if you talk to any of the characters, they mention a mantis tribe, a tribe of powerful warriors down here. These are them. They're actually quite difficult to fight in the early game when you're just getting used to the controls. But, a lot of fun. They're one of my favorite groups in the game. I like killing them. I like not killing them as well, which you'll see later. Because that's actually an important thing. Money. They do give me a good chunk of cash at this point. Or at least it feels like a good chunk. So I'm approaching the best movement item in the game, and the most fun boss to fight in the game. Well, second to a version of them that you unlock with the DLC. But you will see here shortly what I mean. It's a very fun fight. Now I brought all those little bird guys over because if I do this right, I can use them, oops, to forego, I'm messing this up, oh well. I was going to say to forego having to go all the way back around and back up to the top, but I was taking too much damage and it wasn't worth it, so around we go. No time-saving tricks for me today. So Cody, if you're still there, I love this item and it makes the game so much more fun to play. This is the Mantis Claw. It lets you wall jump and bounce off the walls and climb everything and stick to the walls and all kinds of neat stuff that makes the movement of this game fluid and fun. And it basically means you can go everywhere except for a couple select areas that they've like distinctly and intentionally blocked for one item that you'll need later on. What that one item is like 3 different things, but regardless, you can already see the movement's just a lot more fluid and fun. Instead of just, you know, hopping around and dashing, I can now leap off the walls and stuff, and it's just a good time. So you don't actually need to come do this. There's ways to get around everything and do other things, but I'm activating one of the bosses. The special boss, the fun boss, the one I was talking about just a few seconds ago. There was a big floor here that looked weird. It's now open. Ooh, I've taken the damages. Okay, so you gotta parkour real well here to get into this boss, which is okay. It makes you learn how to use your dash and your wall climb really well. You're gonna see me flip a lot of these switches, and that's just to make it easier to get around in case I mess something up. Hardcore parkour indeed. This isn't even the worst it gets. Erica has personally been there as I curse myself out for doing what's called the Path of Pain. And it's an aptly named place because it's hell. This is one of 2 bosses in the game you get to challenge. They are one of the most fun. They are the most fun boss in the game. Everyone who plays them agree. Because they're well choreographed, they telegraph their attacks in a really good way, but they also do make you utilize your movement. And they're they're the only boss that I can think of off the top of my head that actually retreats and doesn't just die. As you'll see here in a second. Oof. I have taken the damage. So when they do that spiral thing that shoots the blade out, that's actually the best time to heal. Especially when there's only one. You'll see what I mean in a second. Because now the other 2 come down. And it's the same thing, but 2. And it's so much more fun. It's also really hard. You can easily die here if you don't pay attention. As you can see, I was not paying attention. I took 2 damage. It really doesn't take much. You can heal underneath that if you're careful. You have to be placed well enough, but like, you can heal underneath it, so it's worth it to heal. Double the fun, double the pain. My kind of jam. Well, Ryland's kind of jam, but he's not here. And I dashed into the spikes like an idiot. Oops. I messed that up. Remember, I'm trying to keep my health above 2 or above right now, if at all possible, because they only deal 1 damage, so as long as I can take 2 hits, I'm probably good. There are 2 of them, which does make the fight hard, but now that I've knocked it down to 1, I was going to say it gets a lot easier, but I've beaten them, so there's that. When you first beat them, you unlock the achievement Respect, which is dope, first of all. They now let you go to and from, and none of the mantises fight you, which is awesome. They will fight you if you attack them, but you don't have to. They will just passively chill and let you past. If you head over here, before the boss fight, this dude slaps that little thing above him, and the door drops, blocking you from going in here. After beating the bosses, you can come in here and pick up this, which is sold for money later. This, which is a shite load of money. In fact, it's 620, which is the most, I could think, out of pretty much any boss in the game that they give you. And this, which is one of the best charms in the game for when you're first playing. The Mark of Pride extends the length of your nail further than anything else, and increasing your range. I think it almost doubles it. So you can hit things almost twice as far away without putting yourself in danger. And now, whoops. Now that I have finished here, I'm going to head back to where I saw Hornet. Because I didn't mean to jump up there, I need to go to the other side. Because Hornet was leading me to the next area, which I couldn't access before because I didn't have the ability to bounce off walls like a spider or something. I don't know. I couldn't really come up with anything. I'm not the wittiest of men. I am going to go this way first. There's a charm down here, which is a lot of fun. I'm not going to end up using it, but it's a lot of fun. It's called Dash Master. Lets you dash quicker, and it lets you dash downwards, which means even more fun movement shite. I'm gonna kill them nice and easy, and climb over here. Whoops. We're gonna save Britta. She's pretty useless because I'm not doing all the background stuff and story stuff. But once she unlocks her house, there's a mask shard inside, and if you collect 4 of those, your health increases permanently. And I want that because I like health. As I said earlier, I take a lot of damage. If you go left of the Mantis Lords, you enter the hardest area in the game. It's called Deep Nest, or, yeah. Deep Nest is everyone who has ever played this game's least favorite part of the game. It's dark, it's dingy, there are spiders, it is creepy, it is crawly, and everything there wants you dead. They hit hard, they come back from the dead, and they are, just as a whole, not fun to fight. I've gone the wrong way. Yes, I have. but you need to go there later. So you guys will see plenty of Deep Nest, which... arachnophobe beware. So Hornet leaps through this area earlier, if I had followed her, and, well, rather than follow her into the acid, I'm following her now, where I can actually follow by moving along and activating all of these. And now I can cross the bridge without having to do the, oh yeah, lots of fun, Cody, lots of fun. Now I can cross that bridge without having to go through the little parkour bit. And that I got from the first boss. Which will never be useful again because now I'm trapped over here. Fun times. I hate those. They're suicide bombers, and if you attack them with your nail instead of just avoiding them, you will take unnecessary damage. So this little Grey Knight I was fighting there, he takes like 4 or 5 hits right now, which is excessive. So I'm going to hit him once and kill him with that. And it's Squirrel! I would talk to him, but again, speedrun. This is the next area you're supposed to go in the game. Like I'm still going in order of the first areas for a little bit. I kind of mess things up a bit going forwards, but at this point in the game, you're actually pretty able to go wherever you want. It's 5 hits. They take 5 hits right now. Because of the fact that I can now kick off walls and stuff, I can go pretty well everywhere. It still requires some time and some know-how, but it's doable. Is Chris still there? Or is he long gone? He hasn't said anything in a while.
Ranjo's danger.
Hey, welcome back. This is the Nailsmith. He upgrades your nail so it does more damage. Base game nail does 5, upgrade 1 does 9, and every upgrade from there on out does an additional 4 until you do, I think, 21 is max, I think. That's 5 plus 16, that adds up. But now, you'll see everything, almost everything, takes 1 hit less. This guy takes 4 hits instead of 5. The little flying guys take 1 hit. The guys on the ground still take 2 for now. Yeah, you took off about here, and then texted me, and I didn't see it until after my stream, so I had no idea why you'd left, which was sad. I'm actually gonna go this way. This is not supposed to be something you do until later, but I'm going there early. Because it opens up the path anyways. The flying guys only take 3 hits, but they take the same amount of like 1 hit plus magic spell to kill right now. I can't get up there anyways. I'll come back. They also would have taken 5 hits though to kill before I got the upgrade. Not quite sure how the math works out for their health, but it does. Down here is the only shop in the game where you can sell things. He talks a lot though, so I try not to stop here as much as possible. But it's worth it because that was 450 geo for just talking to the dude, giving him my one thing. It ends up becoming a much bigger deal later on when I come back with 8 of those, and then I leave with 2,000 geo and the ability to, or 3,000 geo and the ability to buy pretty much whatever I want. No worries, I figured out where you were eventually. And I got my first follower last time that wasn't, you know, somebody I knew. And my second follower this time that isn't somebody I know. I'm not sure who. Look-a-get TV is, but I appreciate their following. I don't know if they're here. They haven't said anything. Could be. Could have just, you know, followed and left. One way or the other, I'm glad that they did. If they're here, thank you. I appreciate it. If they're not, that's okay. Cody, have you found the dude who gives you money for freeing them? Or have you even freed any of them yet? This is one of my least favorite enemies in the game. I'm now approaching one of the hardest areas in the game. The Soul Sanctum. If you shatter any of them, there's a dude all by his lonesome in the top right corner of the starting area. Top left corner, sorry. That big room with all the platforms that I jumped through a couple times. If you go to him, he will give you 10 geo per each of them you saved, plus, like, items and stuff. Very, very worth it. God, I love doing that. Because he's, the money from that is big, but the gear he gives you for it is actually a bigger deal. There's also achievements for freeing half and all of them. And as I am a bit of an achievement hunter, I went for that my first playthrough. I'm gonna fight a couple of these guys throughout this run. I will fight more of them, or a more powerful version of this guy later for an upgrade that I really, really like. Not only is he more powerful, he fights faster, and he's got ghosts will spawn while you fight him that are cancer, because they take 2 hits to kill usually when I get there, and get in your way. But, you know, good times. I hate these things. They take a lot to kill. They have a they hit pretty decent. One mask isn't bad, but like the fact that they got the little barrier thing surrounding them is cancer. Hope they both come down here. Nice. God, I hate them. I like to think rightly so, but they're not my least favorite enemy in the game. Okay. So Spell Twister makes it cost less soul to fire your skills. A lot of mage builds use that. I won't because I prefer a more DPS focus than a spell focus entirely. So, most bosses in this game have two versions. There's the first one, which you've seen a lot of, and there's a second one where you fight them in their dream as a much more powerful version of what they are. Usually faster, they usually hit harder. This guy has one of those soul dream things, and it's almost impossible to hit. He moves around it. He teleports around at such a high speed, it's awful. So normally I would stand here because his things will always miss and you can heal up there. I didn't have enough soul to do that though, so... He's pulling tricksy things now. While he dies, I'm gonna heal up. Because, he's not actually dead. Stage 2. So you really just gotta avoid him at this part. Don't let him tricksy you. Right when he dashes, if you dash away, he can't hit you. Then he'll appear somewhere on the map, and you just wail on him. And then do it again. I didn't kill him quite as fast as I would have liked. He should be dead already, but I missed him with that second shot. Case in point. Now he's dead. Second spell. Love it. It's called Desolate Dive. If you press down while pressing B, you do your dive. You get iframes when doing it, which a lot of people I've seen have used to take out really difficult bosses. You can also break rickety cracked platforms like that. Like this. I'm going to skip a couple enemies here by just hopping up the wall and then bouncing off of this instead of having to fight them. I will need to come back here at one point for an upgrade to my primary spell, but not for a while now. Whoops. I have done messed up. If you haven't noticed, there's spikes on top of the elevators. If I jump down on top of that, I will hurt myself. And yes, more hardcore parkour. So before I leave, I'm going to pop down this way and sell my Hollow Nest seal I picked up, because those are worth 450 geo, and that's a lot of money. I'm also about to go spend almost all my money, if not all of it, at the shops, so the more I have with me, the better. Even if it does mean adding a couple seconds on. It saves me time later.
Morisan Gian Helmadelka.
I love the movement in this game so much. It gets even better as you get further, because you get a couple things that make the movement just smoother and more fun. A better dash, the ability to fly, an extra jump, etc. And it all just makes it a little bit nicer. I'm actually going to open this before I go up. I tricked him. So there are, if I remember correctly, 4 simple keys in the game, and you need all of them to unlock all the stuff. I'm not going to be unlocking all the stuff. In fact, I might unlock one thing, but that one thing matters, so I'm going to do the thing. And that's why Desolate Dive is good. That's another thing I can sell to the merchant below. Opening up the entirety of the stagways. I did want to go the other way first, this place. On the bright side, my computer loads nice and quick, so I don't need to wait forever for the animation of being taken from one area to the next. But yeah. So I'm gonna buy that. And I'm gonna buy that. That's a mask shard. That's my first mask shard, of course. But the more of those you have, the better, because you can obviously sell them for stuff. Now, the rancid egg is kind of a joke. In the first, if you play through normally, like you probably are right now, Cody, you can take the rancid egg over to a guy over here and sell it to him, and he will summon the shade that it spawns when you die, and you can kill it here instead of, you know, fighting to kill it in whatever room. On Steel Soul mode, there's no point to that because you never die. So instead, you can give this guy rancid eggs, and he gives you geo. Like a lot of geo. Like 414 there, and more at other times. It's really, really nice. It kind of gets less and less the more you give him, but he's still really handy. This is Britta's house. That's the mask shard I had mentioned. We're gonna go down this way now. So you can get this guy by doing some cheese in the early game, but you can also just get him by getting the dash and coming back. It's easier to just have the dash. It's quicker by a lot too, so I've come back for him now. So if you go in here, it's the Grub Father. He will give you money for every grub you save. Return to him. 10 geo more per one you save. So I've got 100 now. This will be a mask shard. And that's 70. There we go. That's all I wanted was the mask shard and the money. And I wanted the both because now I can go buy another mask shard. I'm going to spend all my money later on buying charms so that I can get more charm slots from Salubra. But for now, I really want to prioritize the health because I'm headed to a very dangerous area. Besides, that's one full health piece, which is dope. He doesn't sell any more mask shards for a bit. So now I'm going to head to the Queen's Station for the mask shard that I left there. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to grab 2 more mask shards and then I'll keep going forwards. For now. I left this here because you have to come back with the wall jump to get it. Whoops. Whoops. I hate that it resets you at the entrance. You gotta know, like, very specific movements. Like, right here you have to dash, and then after you dash, you move left. If you hold left during the dash, you go too far and take damage. Not fun. I apologize, I was taking a drink while I was moving there. So now I'm gonna go get 2 more mask shards, one from a boss and one from a little parkour section. We're gonna start with the boss. Just a hidden boss. Ooh, special. You can actually go here earlier if you know what you're doing. You can springboard off the spikes by attacking downwards. It's way easier with the wall jump. Like, way easier. Whoops. That's okay, I am a complete noob, apparently. Okay, so here is the boss. Wish me luck. He is not easy. Got him. Thanks, babe. Oh, I'm glad somebody wished me luck. I would have died otherwise. Shame on Cody and Chris if they're still here for not wishing me luck. If you guys aren't still here, that's okay. I forgive you. I've gone too high. I'm gonna go this way. Ah, yes, well, I respect that too. I respect it less, but I respect it. Cody wrote it on paper. Alright, I trust you, Cody. Even though I know you're lying to me, I trust you. Alright, so now we have about all of the mask shards we can at this point. Now, we're going to go to the next area. Is going to get me the special attack that lets me gather soul off enemies without damaging them, which would let me gather soul off of those worm guys without killing them, because you can't kill them. But still, handy. Handy, handy, handy. So, I bought a little fly buddy who follows me around and lights up dark areas. He costs 1,800 geo, 1,800. Very handy, very worth it. He's very necessary in a couple areas in the game, including this one. You can go here a different route. It's slower. You can't see in here without the little guy. But if you pay your way in here, you can enter the Crystal Peaks without having to go a long way. Crystal Peaks. It's one of my favorite areas in the game. It is also one of the hardest. The enemies here can be pretty mean. The area is really forgiving with a lot of spikes. And it's got one of my least favorite enemies in the game. We're about to meet them. I am going to go up here because it's worth it to grab these rancid eggs because of the geo they give me from the shop at the entrance. So these flip over if you jump on them, and if they're spike up, if you attack downwards on them, they flip over, which is really handy to know because it means you can actually move on them better. These flying guys are among my least favorite. They shoot little crystal spikes. You've seen me deflect 2 of them now, but if you don't, they hurt you, and then they drop spikes all over the area, which are awful because they will hurt you. These guys have as much health as the sword gray guys from the last area, but they also throw pickaxes as well as attack in front of them, so they're actually harder. Doing some more hardcore parkour. All for that guy. So these guys are also immortal to everything except for 2 things. There's a charm you can use that'll damage them, and you can shoot magic at them to kill them. As somebody who doesn't have a lot of magic, and goes through it fairly quick because I'm healing, I'm not going to kill them. Not except for a few specific ones. The map guy is off to the left here. We don't care about him right now because I know the map. Wait for this guy to come back down. Kill him. I'm going to kill this guy as well. The shopkeep says after you buy everything from him that he's locked the rest in his storeroom and he lost the key. That's the key to the storeroom. You're going to want that to unlock the excess stuff, including something I really want to upgrade my abilities. This is the Crystal Guardian. He's neat. He's kind of hard to fight. He kills a lot of people because he's blocking the bench, and you can't actually use it until you kill him. And because of the amount of damage he thinks here, a lot of people arrive here in a pretty sorry state. And he hits, not hard, but a lot. There's a harder version of him in the room above now. Can't get there yet without another upgrade. And if you fight him, he moves faster and all his attacks do double damage. So, you know, fun times. He has killed me previously several times. I believe beating him is one of the ways to another mask shard. And as, you know, I like health, I normally go for that. But for some reason, I'm not going to do anything about that right now. Whoops. So if I had more time, I would stop and chat with Quirrell here. I love Quirrell, best character in the game. But I don't, so we're gonna skip Quirrell, which hurts me. So much pain. I didn't even notice you'd said anything there, Cody. I like that, because it's the truth. It's not path of pain, levels of pain, but it's a lot of pain. Down. I may have mentioned before, but I hate those things. This little yellow thing, if you kill it, it spits out a rancid egg, and as you know, those sell for Geo, and so I like them. That's not to jinx it. Man, you guys are saying a lot of things that I didn't notice, because I just assumed after Erica's hardcore parkour that it was all the same stuff again. Because she said hardcore parkour so many times now. I apologize for not noticing your messages sooner. Here I'm like, man, no one's saying anything, and it's actually me not noticing it. The Wanderer's journals only sell for like 200 Geo, but 200 Geo is 200 Geo. Face me, coward. Ow. Alright. Hardcore parkour. Not this point, I'm literally just falling. But this is hardcore parkour. I'm likely to take a little bit of damage here, but I don't think it'll kill me. Much parkour very well. This is the upgraded dash. So instead of just doing this, I can now hold this and launch forever, stopping only when I choose to or hit a wall. It makes travel a lot easier. This, plus every item I've gotten so far, makes the rest of the game traversable. You can technically get everywhere now. But I'm still gonna go get all the rest of the movement stuff. Because I care about it, because movement is nice. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna save enough soul to come in here and do that, and then do it again, because there are two of them, and I hate them, and doing what I just did makes them die a lot easier. You also need the lamp dude to see in here, the Lumafly lantern. This is more parkour. I'm doing a lot of secret things that normally you come back to, but I want the upgrades right now. I could die here. I likely won't. Here's hoping. First try. So that's my first upgrade to one of my spells. It jacks up the damage it does and its area of effect. My descending, my spell is now descending dark, and it looks like this. It hits twice now, and both times do boosted damage. So it's dope. I will likely not use it much, but I love it. Is it over here? Nope, different area. This is a story area, it's a graveyard. And you're trapped here until you interact with this. Blah, 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 story dialogue. Which, mind you, I love the story, so I would never blah, blah, blah this if I wasn't trying to, you know, speed run. Basically, they banish you into the world of your own dreams. If you wait here, eventually a thing happens. If you jump off the cliff, the thing happens faster. That thing is this lady here. And she spawns a path, which you can then follow. More hardcore parkour. Because of course there is. Basically, she tells you that you're trapped in the world of dreams, and you can either choose to waste away here or take the dreams into your hands and use them as a weapon, and you form the Dream Nail, which is a sword that lets you peer into the dreams and minds of others. It also lets you drain soul, large quantities, into your inventory without actually having to kill anything, like against those worms. That's the Seer. She's one of my favorite characters. You will see almost none of her. I will come back to her, maybe, if I beat this on my first playthrough, without having to, you know, die. The Dream Nail contains this essence stuff that I'm picking up, which is important only if you're gonna do some late game stuff. I might use it to come back and get boosted health from her. You can go in here whether you can see or not. If you get far enough over, there's a light shining from above and this charm. And if you have so many charms, Salubra will sell you more notches, and that's currently what I want. It's Salubra's charm notches. And a Stagway. This one's free, just in case you can't for some reason afford to buy anything. We're gonna head here. So when I got the dream nail, the dreamers were marked on the map a little bit before I got the dream nail. If I had the map, I would show you what that means, but I don't. So basically, it activates 3 little things you gotta do to then fight the final boss, and you go to them and you do the thing, and you can then go fight the final boss. It's as easy as that. I'll buy that one, it's cheaper. And then that one. 6 more charms and I'll come back for a charm notch, but I've got enough to now equip the Soul Catcher with the Shaman Stone. So now I get more soul per hit, and I hit harder. So now I can pump out spells a little bit quicker, which is nice. We literally just did that for the sake of having the charm equipped. We're gonna do a thing in a little bit here as well that'll get us another free charm notch, but that's a ways down the road now. Whoops. Actually, I'm gonna head back up to the Grub Father and get some more Geo. Whoops. I should be able to get quite a bit now because I've freed quite a few grubs. And he may even give me one of the first charms from him. He gives you 2, one for getting half of them, one for getting all of them. That's one of them, and that's the one I will be using later, once I get another charm notch. Grub Song gives you soul when you take damage, which is huge, because I take a lot of damage. And if I have one of the other upgrades that I use later, you get more soul for landing or taking damage than even I get now, which means I can pump out spells and heal all the time, which is a good feeling. So now I'm going to head right back. Actually, I'm the shop. Potentially. I might not have enough.
Oh
Yes, his store key. I can't afford this, which is what I want. Or this, which is what I want. Or this, which is what I want. But I will come back for them. In fact, I'll come back for them with a lot of money. I am now headed back to the graveyard. I'm blanking on what it's actually called, the resting grounds. I'm going to use a secret path from here to get into the other section of the Central Kingdom that I left earlier. fall through here. You'll hear a lot of heavy breathing. There's some really creepy dudes behind the walls. There's another secret up here, which is one of the hardest missions in the game that can potentially lead... It leads you to eventually to a mask shard, but it's not worth it right now because you have to do a bunch of the game without taking damage. Pick that up because I can sell it. And up here is the other charm I'm going to equip later because it's the better version of the soul catcher that I've been using. Basically, it makes it so every 2 hits I get the ability to cast a spell instead of every 3, or 2.5 with the soul catcher. Which is big because that means you can heal way easier and you can cast spells way easier. So it's a really handy little thing to get. There it is. I'm gonna piss off a lot of bats here. I apologize. All of that for another Hallownest seal, which is 450 geos, so I'm not complaining. I'm gonna head down here. Perfect, so I've got full soul and full health, which I'm going to need because I'm about to do a really difficult little enemy rush. Filled right to the brim with enemies that I do not like to fight. I've done it. All that for a vessel fragment. What that does is you get 3 of them, and you can hold 1 more charge of soul, which ends up being 1 more heal or 1 more spell. And then when you empty your soul gauge, it drains from the secondary little spheres to fill the soul gauge you're using. Man, I am taking a ton of damage from this. Whoops. That was pretty stupid. This is the King Station, which is great for a couple things. First thing, another stag. Second, Hallownest seal. Yes, that's harder than it looks. The last time I did my speedrun, I spent like 8 masks just trying that over and over again. Had to keep going to the bench to heal up. There's a lot going on in this room. Those guys are mean. They hit for 2 damage. They have a ton of health, and if I can avoid fighting them, I will. There's one that's guarding a grub just up ahead. I don't care about that. I'm not going for the grub. I'm here for a secret in this room. If you jump through this wall, there's a golden guy who takes a ton of damage to kill, but he doesn't really do anything, so it's pretty easy to kill him. And if I remember correctly, he drops like 800 geo. Nah, 420, a better number. In terms of everything but quantity, that is a superior number. Murder and robbery indeed. Murder and robbery indeed. I've never once claimed that this is the good guy Hollow Knight run. The good guy Hollow Knight run is when I save the dude who I left to die earlier and actually play as a decent human being. So, cutscene that I accidentally skipped earlier because I didn't come here. Basically, she tells me to go to the graveyard to get the Dream Nail. Which I don't need to do. You may or may not recognize this, but we're back at the shop.
Velmi Ardred. Cacheo.
I'm gonna sell everything I've got.
Velmi Ardred. Cacheo. Velmi Ardred. War's son? Keep. Velmi Ardred. Cacheo. Velmi Ardred. War's son? Gian. Helmadelka.
Okay, now I could go back to the right. There's an area I kind of skipped. That area has one of the main bosses of the game, which leads to you getting one of the 3 things I mentioned. One of the Dreamers, which allows you to then go fight the final boss. The problem is that's where I ended my run last time. Is I went there about now, not properly equipped, and got my butt handed to me because I wasn't ready. I am going to... Oops. I am going to piss these guys off. Ow. Alcohol. All for the rancid egg. Always for the rancid egg. So now we're gonna wait back down here again, because of course we are. And yes, the exploding bats do 2 masks of damage, because of course they do. Why wouldn't they? I don't want to fight you, so I'm gonna ignore you. Bye. I'm actually going to come right back here in a minute. I'm going back to the Soul Sanctum as soon as I can do some shopping. But shopping first. I love this dash. It saves so much time. If I killed them, it would be a lot easier to climb, but if I took the time to kill them, I wouldn't be able to climb as quickly, so I don't know. I'm not actually sure which way's faster there. 100%ly, to be 100% honest about that bit. Okay, back to Dirtmouth. Woo! Excite! I've almost opened up all the stagways. There's not a lot left. You've seen most of the areas in the game now. And I think it's been about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't want to come here quite yet. I want to first go sell all my rancid eggs. Hello. Yes, I meant to say yes. Give me your money. But yeah, he basically gives you anywhere between 250 or 200 and 400 geo, which is nice. It ends up adding up pretty quick. So now I'm gonna buy this key because I want that key. That's goal 1. Then I'm gonna buy the mask shard because that's an extra health. And then I'm gonna buy the vessel fragment. I think I might be able to buy his second vessel fragment, which will give me... Yep. A new vessel fragment. A new vessel. You'll see a little circle appear left in my little mask circle on the top left there. That's my little thing. It's kind of buried under the text, I apologize. Then I'm going to buy a charm for the sake of now I can get... I'm one step closer to being able to afford the next charm slot from Salubra. And I'm broke. Which is a good feeling at this point. 7 masks now, and 4 spells before I need to worry. Okay. So I'm gonna do some stuff before I go fight the bosses and work towards the final boss. One of those things is I'm gonna go get a couple other upgrades that are just really worth my time. One of which is, well, all of which are over in this general direction. Here we go. Getting down here is significantly more of a pain in the butt than it looks. I vaguely know where everything is, so again, doable. Got him. I hate the little spikes in this area. But they're not, like, specific to this area. They're, you see them a lot in Deep Nest. And as I've spoken before, I really hate Deep Nest. Whoops. Would have liked to have kept that. That's okay. I actually want to stay up there for a second. Okay, this is a dangerous area. I don't want to go here. But I'm going to. Because one of the items over here allows me to upgrade my nails so it does more damage. And that makes a big difference on how the rest of this plays. So these are Moloch, whatever you want to call them. They are the baby forms of the boss I fought, that secret boss. And and they are equally mean because they can shoot from a distance, they fight from close up, and they take a lot of damage. I want to go up here. Whoops. And it's Cloth. I talked about him earlier, but we're not going to interact with him now. I am here for one thing and one thing only, and it's after the, it's what happens after I kill these two guys. This. Pale ore is the stuff you need to further upgrade the nail. You need 1 to upgrade it to the 3rd tier. You need 2 more to upgrade it to the 4th tier, and you need 3 more to upgrade it the final time. And yes, you social interactions. And the final upgrade, like I said, it does like more than 4 times the damage of your base nail, so it's just it instant kills most enemies. Those Grey Knights with the swords take 2 hits. It's just a completely different game once you have that. Although it becomes increasingly more expensive as you go to upgrade your nail. It's not particularly bad. Okay, 100% buying this. Not that I could save, but that the instant health refill will be huge. Not that I need it now either. Erica, you can stop with that sass. Okay, this is going to be very difficult. It's kind of a gauntlet of powerful enemies and dark corridors and a lot of these things. I don't like those things because they take a lot of damage. Ow. I forgot about those spikes. It's been a while. I can't actually fight him right now. Him I can fight. Him I can't. This guy, I'm just here for the simple key. He's actually pretty well hidden. I missed. Of course I did. Whoops. Meant to use that to heal, but that's okay. This guy's nice, because you can just hide here and wail on him. He literally cannot hit you. Are Cody and Chris still here? You guys keep disappearing and stopping chatting, and I'm just like, man, they're gone. This way. I can't go this way. We're going this way. Okay. That's a shortcut that lets me go without having to go back. And this boss blocks me from getting the best movement item in the game. and it's very difficult, so here we go. Oops. Trying really hard not to die here. If he hits me again, I'm dead. That's it. Oh. I got lucky. I took too much damage early on in that fight. I very much could have died. And I've got the Monarch wings. I have a double jump now. Which works for movement in a lot of ways. It makes a big difference. Here we go. I am not going to fight his memory. That's hard. Yeah, Monarch Butterfly Wings. There's supposedly something that was conceived by the Queen of Hollow Nest, who is still alive and you can meet in this game. Yes, I nearly died to that guy already just a second ago, but his memory is him at his full potential, so he moves faster and etc. You've heard my whole spiel on that already a couple of times, but basically hard mode, and it's not something I can do right now. So now that I've got the Monarch wings, I'm going to bust up this wall, go into the secret stag station, and meant to hit yes there. Purchase the stag. The bench is way over here. I don't like it. Okay, I'm making great time. Our next stop is a sewer. And Erica can confirm, real big on sewers. Why the cheese emoji? I don't think I did anything cheesy. Or was it just the secret stag station? Ow. Ooh, before we go to the sewer, I forgot that I've got to do this yet. And we're back in one of my least favorite areas. Smelly cheese. Oh, because I'm headed to the sewer. I get it. That was a little bit of cheese for some extra soul before this boss fight. Boom! I've died to that boss before. That was freaking excellent. I'm gonna talk to this ghost, and it's going to upgrade my other spell. Which now does, like, insane damage. I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot. Very worthwhile. That'll kill most things in one hit. As far as mini enemies go. Some of the later game stuff it doesn't, but for now I don't really need to worry anymore. Now I head to the sewer.
Velmi Artred. Kachael Lias Helmedelka.
This is one of the many mechanisms you can open with a simple key. And now I'm in the Royal Waterways. A lot of gross and strange enemies down this way. Including one of everyone's favorite enemies, the Dung Defender. If you don't understand immediately why that's everyone's favorite boss, you will soon. I love the little grunts and groans and chanting the Dung Defender makes as you approach. He's quite loud. He's also just a really fun character. It has great music. Man, I'm having a rough time already. Well, he landed right on my head, and that was bad timing. Alright, phase 2. This is easier. I wonder if you can tell why it's easier. Ow. Oops. Whoa, he almost killed me. Nope, didn't land that nearly fast enough. If I equip that charm, I basically get a cloud of stink smoke that follows me and damages everything nearby, and it's actually silly in, like, the most base way. I'm not gonna challenge them. So now I gotta find my way around to another section of this area. If I can do so without dying, at least. Where I'm going to pick up another traversal upgrade, one that I really, really quite like. Perfect. Those are the gross enemies I had mentioned earlier. And I'm at full health. That was excellent. I went from almost dead to ready to fight. Happy about that. So this is the way to the section I'm headed to. Ow. Normally, you dash through here. And when you do the same thing over here, you hit a section. I'm actually going to go back for something here. Not what I thought it was. Never mind. Just over here. Ow. Everything went wrong there. I apologize. More rancid eggs. There's lots of them down here for some reason. Right here. This is normally filled with acid and you can't go this way. But if you talk to this, it tells you that if you prove your honor against the defender, you can head this way. So you go and you beat the defender, and you flip the switch, and it drains the acid from over here, which allows you to enter this area. Which, first of all, gotta kill them. And then, I believe it's right down here. This is gonna be hard. upgrading my damage like I did before coming here was the only reason that was as easy as it was. And down this way. And down this way. This is Isma's Grove. This is Isma's Tier. I can now swim in acid. Little help, but it means a lot in the long run. Because now I will take significantly less damage, and it makes the one area very easy, and the boss there very easy. Cakewalk. So I have enough money now that I'm going to go and upgrade my nail again. I don't think there's anything but an enemy back that way, so I'm going to go here.
Pantera?
And this is this locked door that I ignored earlier. And we're back up here. So now that I've got the movement, and I've got the ability in a second here to deal slightly more damage. Got all the spells that deal damage, I've got the attacks that deal damage. I am going to start completing the 3 main quest points that'll then get me to the final boss. And then I'll go fight the final boss, and that'll be speedrun done for the day. I thought I'd pick something up in the cave below. That's on me. Might go back down. There's a health thing beneath me in the sewers to the left that I ignored. Also a charm, and more charms means more charm slots from Salubra, so I might go back. We'll see. Ow. I believe you need 800 for this, so with whopping 1,000, I'm fine. Instead of going the long way, I can get to the smithy like this. Nice and quick.
Ah, Ranjo Stenja.
I was right.
Jonsha. Garadel Akari.
So I've got the channeled nail now, which does 4 more damage, which means I do 13 instead of 9. It turns enemies significantly weaker. As proof, those took 4 hits before, they take 3 now. Those will take 2 hits until my next nail upgrade. Then they take 1. I need to go this way. For the sake of my sanity and my character, I'm actually gonna go do the 2 further quest points first. The enemies, I have to beat 6 bosses as 1 boss to get the one over here, and I don't believe my character is properly equipped for that quite yet. There's a couple things I could do in that regard that would help out. One of which is to go to a very difficult area that I'll head to shortly. The other is to backtrack to the Crystal Peaks, which is what I'm going to do, I believe, right now. Before I go towards these enemies. I'm basically just going to go pick up a, another piece of ore, so I can upgrade my nail in a bit. You know, when I've got money. Sadly, because I didn't open the other secret passage to the Crystal Peaks, I get to fight my way there through a much harder version of the Forgotten Crossroads. The Infected Crossroads. That's okay, everything else is the same. Just that area is harder, and that's only done that because that'll happen if you either take out any of the 3 final boss points, or if you happen to get the Monarch Wings, which I've got. One thing I'm going to do, and I nearly died doing this the last run I did, is to get the charm that's back here. Messed that up already. That's okay. Still pulled it off. Not so bad. Deep Focus lets you heal for 2 masks instead of 1, but it slows down your heal speed. I never use it because it doesn't matter with my playstyle. Yes, pretty pointy things that hurt me and make me feel sad. Pretty though. That I can attest to. Ow. That sells for 800 geo, which will be big in a bit. That's big period, but it'll matter in a bit. I was debating going to fight the harder version of the Crystal Guardian for the health upgrade he provides, but frankly, I'm more likely to die and lose the run than gain the benefit of the health buff right now. Why am I more likely to die? He attacks very quickly. All of his attacks do 2 masks of damage, and there's an upgrade I like to have when I face him because it makes him just way easier. And I'm going for that after this, so it's gonna be a minute. I like that I can kill them in 2 hits now. That's big. Whoops. Messed that up. keep missing him. And so the other reason I came up here whoops, is because just above me here is a pale ore, which will help me upgrade my nail, which is big, because I like having, you know, more damage. More damage means bosses are a little easier to drop. I'm gonna head back down this way. Out the secret entrance that I had ignored previously. If I do decide to come back and fight the Crystal Guardian in raged form, it'll be with the Shadow Dash, which lets me dash through enemies and their attacks, and I'll be picking that up next. Well, kind of. I got a little ways to go to get there, but I'm headed there, bit by bit. We're about to meet one of my favorite enemies in concept, but not in practice. So you're familiar with the cute grubs. Meet a grub mimic. They're actually pretty hard to kill. I'm just upgraded enough that one wasn't a big deal. You don't meet a lot of them, but once you know where they are, they're always in the same spot, so you're always prepped. But the first time you play, they jump out at you at the worst times, and they will just beat on you. So this will be familiar, though you may not recognize it immediately. I'm back at Dirtmouth. I'm gonna sell this guy my rancid eggs. I think I only got the one. Yep. Yeah, I'm out. I do have 800 geos worth of item, and I'm going to go pick up some upgrades in the Kingdom's Edge now, which is the next area. It's the harder of the areas in the game. Next only to Deep Nest. Curse be unto Deep Nest. But yeah, it's quite a process. So the entrance that we're going to take to King Station is hidden down here. We're literally just going to ignore the enemies in this room and dive under this little crack. Secret tunnel. I can't reach him. Now I can. Get wrecked, nerd. So I'm gonna go down first. Even upgraded, my nail still takes 4 hits to kill these things. 3 to kill these guys. These are my least favorite enemy in the game. They have no business being as hard as they are. They will hit you for so much damage, and none of it matters. It's all stupid and inconsequential. But it adds up so quick. It shouldn't hit, like, they shouldn't be able to hit you like they do. That's my complaint. So, I'm gonna go visit the Nail Master, not because of the nail art, though that is nice. I'm actually gonna go visit him because there's a ton of geo hidden over this way. And I like money. These guys are all about timing. They're pretty easy as long as you know how to fight them. This is actually my least favorite nail art. Ooh. Nope. I'm not going to spend 800 geo on a nail art right now. Instead, I'm going to skip him and dash downwards through this crack in the ground. And then dash downwards through this crack in the ground. And then again. God, I hate these guys. I just took 3 damage from one enemy. Just back to back. Hurting. I'm gonna play it safe here. There's a secret in there that I want. A lot of spikes. Another enemy down there, but that's okay. I want that enemy down there. Because I want to pick up some soul from killing him. I want to pick up some soul from killing this one as well. Money. Further down. And further down. And further down. And further down. I messed that up. There we go. I get to this thing, which breaks for 420 more geo. Climbing back out is a pain, but that 400 geo is worth it. Veterans of the game who haven't known about that cave, you'll recognize the overall appearance of the abyss, because apparently you're deep enough that you were on the edge of the abyss in that area. Another charm. Quick Slash Charm is one of the best charms in the game because it doubles the rate at which you can attack with your nail. If I can find a way to incorporate that into my build for the final boss, I will, because it really does make a really big difference. I likely won't, because the way I do my build right now uses a lot of charm slots, and I'm not doing much of the DLC stuff, so I'm not getting the unnecessary amount of charm slots that I would normally have. Alright. Doesn't hurt that all the enemies here drop 16 geo each. 4 hits, meh, it's worth it for all the soul you get. But like, 16 geo adds up after you kill, you know, a half dozen of them. Whoops. Whoops. Let's not walk right back into the spikes again. Okay. I'm actually about to head off and fight Hornet for the second time. Second and far more difficult time. That area is nice just for the Wanderer's Journal, but the save is good too, you know, if you're actually quitting, because it doesn't do much for Steel Soul mode. This is going to be a hard fight. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to take it easy. I really do need to win this. Like a really hard fight. I've died to her so many times. She hits me once more, it's over. I'm dead. Well, that wasn't half bad. It was better than my last attempt. I will try again here shortly, and hopefully the next time it won't go, it won't result in me getting a game over against Hornet. Yeah. I think the next time I stream I'm gonna do Super Metroid. because I've not died playing Super Metroid in years. I'm getting kind of tired of getting game over right near the end of my runs. So, I'll keep practicing this. I'll do some more streams here in a bit. Thanks for sticking with me and being here for the stream as much as you have been, Erica, and for everyone else who has been here. I appreciate it. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.